Today, we are talking about how to use your credit card smartly. With everything, there's good and bad. And knowing how to use credit cards or whatever it is to use the good to benefit yourself, it doesn't hurt to have that knowledge. Hello and welcome back to Sev Talks Money. If you are in the market for building wealth, crushing debt, gaining financial freedom, you are in the right place. So again, today we're talking about how to take advantage of the credit card benefits and use them to your advantage. The bank is trying to use the credit cards to their advantage. They know that there are people who do not read the fine print, and so they are taking advantage of that. And they are having you locked into these cards for years and years of interest payment. If you know how to take advantage of that, you can turn that around and use the cards to your benefit. Am I advocating the use of credit cards? Not necessarily. I am saying if you have to use credit cards, there are ways to use those cards smartly. Okay, so with that, I want to kind of jump into a few points that I want to make. And again, this is going to be general information. And if you want something that is more specific to your situation, you will need to make an appointment with me. This is general information that I'm sharing that can be applicable across the board. But if you have something that is different, then I would advise that you book an appointment with me to discuss that. So let's jump into some points that I want to make, and these are by no means comprehensive, but they are something to get you started. So the first thing to consider when using credit cards, if you travel a lot, if you do a lot of traveling, then you might want to consider a card for travel points because you're already traveling. You're already spending money to travel. So why not get a card that will give you points that you can convert into trips that are essentially free? And then there's the added benefits of travel protection that typically come with those cards. The other thing to consider if you're going to use credit card, if you have a large family, you grocery shop. You do back to school shopping. So why not use the card that gives you cash back to do those things? Again, if you travel a lot, you might want to consider getting a card that awards travel points. If you have a large family and you're always grocery shopping, back to school, consider a cashback card. Now, here is where I want to warn you to do an analysis. If you carry a balance every month, that card may cost you more in interest than the gains from the cashback or the points. So again, you can take advantage of the card and use it if you travel a lot, or you can get cash back, but you must do an analysis to see if the benefits outweigh the cost or the cost outweigh the benefit. Whichever one, then that's going to help you determine, is it even worth me getting a credit card or one that is cash back or travel to give you travel points. Now, if your card has an annual fee, again, that's something you must consider because an annual fee may outweigh the benefit of whatever you're getting back from having that card. There are, a friend of mine told me that I think one of the American Express card, you pay a fee and you get a free ticket for a travel companion. So if you travel a lot and you have a lot of kids, that might be something worth paying. You may pay a fee, maybe 175 or 75, I don't know what it is, per year, but you're getting a free ticket out of that. And based on where you travel, if you travel to see family every November and December for Christmas and Thanksgiving, if you travel during the summer or anything like that, then it may be worth exploring and paying that annual fees. Again, always weigh the benefits against the cost. because that free ticket may not be free if you're carrying a balance and you're paying interest on that balance. You're paying an annual fee, but then you're getting a free ticket. Well, how much is it? If you're getting a free ticket and the ticket from where you typically travel is $200, and you're paying annual fee of $200 and you're carrying a balance, and the interest that's accruing is running into the thousands, then it's not worth it to do that. And again, if you need help with your budget, or with taking a look at your cards and structuring them in a way that benefits you, then please look at the links in the description of the video, and I am more than willing to help you get your budget and your numbers together. Now, another caution I want to say is, don't get a credit card just to get a credit card. You can still build your credit score without a credit card. So don't get a credit card unless you need one for some benefits. You're getting some benefits out of the credit card. Another point I want to make is, be strategic with your credit cards. Don't charge an item if you do not have cash. If you don't have the cash on hand, don't charge it. I think I shared before that when I had a Macy's card, which I no longer have because they ticked me off, so I gave them back your card. But when I had a Macy's card, I would go to one register, charge something, go to the other register and pay, because I wanted the benefit. Whatever it was, they were giving me 10% off the item, and I would do that. And I would go pay so that they wouldn't get my interest, because I am not trying to pay them anything more than what I bought. Okay? So don't charge items if you don't have the cash to pay. Yesterday, I talked about the dangers of credit card, and I showed an example of what happens if you say had 5,000 on your card, you didn't charge anything else, and you pay just a minimum, and your interest rate was say 18%. I showed you that was close to 23 years. It would take you close to 23 years to pay that off. So you might want to check out that video, and I'm going to link all the videos together in this credit card series, and so that you can watch all of them and get all the points, because I have marked it in different sections so that you can go to where you need to and get the information that you need. Okay, the last 2 points I want to make is consider utilization. Now, when you're using your credit card, this is not so much getting the benefits, but using it in a way that doesn't benefit the credit card company. And you could consider it, I guess you could consider it smart usage. Consider the utilization. Utilization, or amounts owed and payment history together makes up 65% of your credit score. And I have a video that I talked about credit scores and the makeup and all of that. You can go ahead and search my video library. But utilization, the amount you owe, is 30% of your credit score. Your payment history is 35%. So consider the fact that if you're paying just a minimum, you're okay on the payment history because you're paying what you ask. And again, the video from last night will kind of show you the danger of doing that. Yes, you're paying on time, but there's a danger in doing that. The credit card company lulls you into a false sense of security because you're paying on time. And so it's not pinging your credit score, but it costs you so much. And that 5,000 example that I shared was costing you more than 5,000 in interest. So you're paying nearly $12,000 in total on that 5,000. Okay, so amounts owed, watch that. You do not want that to be the conventional wisdom is you do not want that to be 30% off your card balance. So if you have a limit of say 1,000, you don't want to charge and have it reported of more than 30%. Now, again, I talked about the best time to pay and the best time to charge. So you might really want to take a look at that video if you were not here last night, because you can charge up to 100% on your card, but you need to pay that off before the payment date, before the statement date. Because when you pay that off before the statement date, it doesn't get reported. And that's what you want. You want to make sure that when you use the card, you use it smartly. You can charge it up to 100% of the card, but you need to make sure you pay that before the statement date, which is the date it reports to the credit bureau. So again, it's a total of 65% of your credit score. That's a huge chunk. That's a big impact. So you want to make sure that you're being wise with your utilization, how much you're charging on the card to get reported. Again, you can charge an amount that's higher than 30%, but when it comes to your reporting date, you want to make sure it's paid down before your reporting date. And then your payment history, are you paying on time? Are you paying at least the minimum? That factors into your credit score very largely. So you don't want that to impact you. The Credit Card Act that passed does not allow the credit card company to overcharge. You know, in the past, what they would do is if you had a credit card of 1,000, they would allow you to go over, and then they would hit you with these fees. The Credit Card Act put a stop to that. But you have the option of buying into that. You could say, hey, let me charge my card over. So watch what you're signing. Read the fine print and make sure you're not signing to say, yes, allow it to go over. And then what ends up happening, you get hit with fees for going over your balance, because the Credit Card Act was put in place to protect you in that sense. So again, be strategic with your card. There is good and bad in everything. I know there are people who say, don't use credit cards. Credit cards are bad. No. Listen to me. Water is good for you. But if you drink too much of it, it can hurt you. So just like that with credit cards, everything, there's good and bad in everything. If you know you're not disciplined, if you know you don't have the accountability to not spend over what you should, then yes, I would say don't use credit cards. But if you know you're disciplined enough, then I would say use it, but be strategic and be smart about it, because the credit card company sets you up to get your money through interest. And they're making money on the interest that you pay them, because they're taking that interest off of you, loaning to somebody else. They make interest off of that. They loan it to somebody else. So that money that you paid them is making them multiple monies. I know that's not correct, grammatically correct, but you know what I mean. So you be smart and use the credit card companies, use their system, and beat them at their game. So I hope this was helpful to whoever is listening tonight, and then whoever is going to be watching the replay. I hope it's helpful to you, because again, you have to be smart to be able to use the system and benefit yourself. Pretty much like the rich people do. We complain about people who don't pay taxes. All they're doing is using the system. The system exists for all of us. But if we don't know the rules, then we can't take advantage of the rules. With that said, I'm going to check the comments and see if there are any questions. And I don't see any questions. So we're going to go right into our wheel of names. I'm going to share my screen so we can do the drawing to see who wins tonight's gift card. So let me share my screen. We have 3 names left. And as I said, last Sunday night, Kathy Coates won a $10 gift card. Last night, Sid Miami won a $15 gift card. We have 3 people left on the wheel, and we're going to spin the wheel. And whoever wins this card tonight will get, it's going to either be a $10 gift card or a $15 gift card, because if Asian American Legal Focus and Beverly Harper, they were here for 2 nights. So every night you're here, it adds on another $5. So with that said, let me spin the wheel and see who is our winner for tonight. And it is, woo, that was close. And our winner for tonight is Beverly Harper. Beverly Harper. So I will contact Beverly Harper. Let me stop sharing that. I will contact Beverly Harper and let her know that she won a $15 gift card. And and then on tomorrow night, which is my birthday, tomorrow night, we are going to have the $50 gift card that's going to be in the pot. And we're going to also have this beautiful inside out umbrella from LisaLanaola.com. That's LisaLanaola.com. And whoever wins tomorrow night, everybody's name is going to go back in the pot for the grand prize. And whoever wins, and you never know, I may have additional prizes for, you know, those people who entered. Just for those who entered. I would not put their names back if I have people on here who did not win at all. I may have additional prizes because, as I said, I am using the points that I got from SWAGBUCKS. I'm not using my own money, but I'm using the points that I got from SWAGBUCKS, and I have over $175 in SWAGBUCKS, and I'm able to use that to get gift cards and direct cash through PayPal. And that's what I'm using to reward my subscribers. So thank you guys again for being part of this birthday and YouTube milestone celebration. And I will see you tomorrow night here at 8:30 p.m. Please invite a friend because it's my birthday and I want to have a lot of people here to celebrate with me. And we can eat some social distancing cake and have some social distancing punch and social distancing celebration. So please come back tomorrow night, invite someone, and let us have a grand time. And I hope these credit card tips benefit somebody. Thank you and have a wonderful night.